we have gone desperate measures to try to control this outbreak. All major sports leagues has put their seasons on hold. Vacations are being paused. Everyone has rapidly bought all the tissues, sanitizers from all of the stores and the shelves. We see that schools are being closed for weeks. We see that jobs are cutting hours. We see that anything that involves a large crowd is being canceled or shut down. But the most alarming to me is we see churches closing their doors and not having Sunday service. See, I don't know what them other churches believe, but I believe we have some power in this church. See, I don't know what other churches believe, but I believe that this church is a hospital. See, I don't know who them other churches believe in, but I know we believe in that man named Jesus in this church. And since we believe in that man named Jesus, we know if he did it before, he can do it again. If he made a way before, he can make a way again. If he healed us before, he can heal us again. If he protected us before, he can protect us again. You ought to just look to a neighbor and say, neighbor, say, I got a reason to praise. See, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but he has given us the spirit of power and of love and a sound mind. See, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? Found another neighbor and just said, neighbor, say, I have a reason to praise. See, because we have Jesus, we have a reason to praise. What is praise? Well, I'm glad you asked, Brother Quentin. Praise is magnifying and honoring God for who he is, what he has done, and what he is going to do. See, when we praise, we express that we are happy with God. And in the Hebrew, there are 7 words that symbolize different type of praises we can offer to God. Praise number 1 is the Yalla praise. It means to worship with extended hands. When we see this type of praise, it shows we are giving thanks to the Lord, or it simply is an absolute surrender. Number 2 is the Barak praise. The Barak praise is a praise when we see someone kneel or bow down. It honors God's royalty. It gives reverence to him as an act of adoration. To the young folk, the adoration simply means deep love or respect. Number 3 is the Tehillah praise. The Tehillah praise means to sing to the Lord. These songs are sung straight from the heart. So anytime you just think about the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for you, and you burst into song, you are showing an example of a Tehillah praise. Number 4 is the Tudah praise. This is a praise that also involves the lifting of your hands, but this is a faith-based praise. This is praising him before the battle is not already over. This is assurance that God is going to deliver on his promise. This is what Marvin Sapp was talking about when he made the song, You Should Praise Him in Advance. Number 5 is the Zamar praise. This is a praise with a string instrument. So whenever you see someone playing a guitar, a bass, a violin, or even a banjo, and the song that they are praying is offered unto the Lord, that is an example of a Zamar praise. Number 6 is the Shabbat praise. This is a loud shout to the Lord. When we do these shouts, we are unshamed. It is a cry out to the Lord. But it's not just being loud, it's also adoration toward him. Number 7 is the Hallah praise. This is the most common word used for praise. This is a praise when we boast, brag, or rave about God. We boast, we brag about him to the point where sometimes we may even seem foolish. Those are 7 Hebrew words that are example of praise. But us in the church, we also have other praises. And I just want to touch on a few of those. Number 1 is the hand clap of praise. A hand clap of praise shows a few things. On one end, it shows we are pleased with what is going on. We are applauding God for what he is doing. On the other hand, a hand clap of praise is a form of music. See, when we sing up-tempo songs like "The Blood Still Works" or "The Lord Is Blessing Me," we put our hands together and we form another section to the band. Yeah. Number 2 is liturgical dance. This is a praise where we express the word or the spirit of God through body motions, form into a dance. So this is praise dancing, mime dancing, or if you just happen to bust into a Baptist fit, that is liturgical dance. Number 3 is hallelujah. It is a word that is comprised of 2 components. The first, hallelujah, which means let us, and the second part, Yah, which is a Hebrew name for God. It simply means let us praise God. A hallelujah praise is the highest praise you can give to God. See, no matter what's going on, do not let the enemy steal your praise. See, God inhabits the praise of his people. So if you call yourself a child of God, you ought to praise his name. See, one songwriter once said, praise is what I do when I want to be close to you. So if you want to get yourself closer to God, you ought to just praise his name. If you want God to start moving, it's time to start praising. If you want God to open doors, it's time to start praising. If you want God to come see about you, it's time to start praising. If you want God to work on your behalf, it's time to start praising. If you want that new car, it's time to start praising. If you want that new house, it's time to start praising. If you want him to fix your marriage, it is time to start praising. I know sometimes it might get rough. I know sometimes it might get tough. I know sometimes you might be down in your spirit, but I'm here to tell you, my brothers and my sisters, it's time to start praising. See, you may not be able to move like you used to move, but you still got a reason to praise. You may not have as much hair as you used to have, but you still have a reason to praise. You may not be able to remember everything like you used to remember, but you still got a reason to praise. You may not have as much money as you used to have, but you still have got a reason to praise. Well, what's your reason? Well, because Jesus is still on the throne. I said Jesus is still in the blessing business. He still sits high and he still looks low. That is more enough than a reason to praise. Whenever you're down, you got a reason to praise, because he picked you up, he turned you around, he placed your feet on the solid ground. Ain't he all right? I said, ain't he all right? I need somebody, now is the time to praise. Now is the time to say thank you. Now is the time to magnify him. Now is the time to glorify him. He's been good to you. He's been better than you've been to yourself. He woke you up this morning. He started you on your way. He put food on your table. He put clothes on your back. Well, I got another reason. Because it was one Friday on the hill called Calvary. He died. Did he die? They put nails in his hands. They put nails in his feet. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They pierced him in his side. The blood came streaming down. They put him in a borrowed tomb. He stayed there all night Friday. He stayed there all day Saturday. He stayed there all night Saturday. But it was early one Sunday morning. He got up with power in his hands. Power to make you walk right. Power to make you talk right. Healing power, saving power, deliverance power. Is there anybody here who know the Lord got power? He got power to heal your body. He got power to get your bills paid. Whatever you need him to do, God's got power. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like, no matter what you feel like, he's I said he's still in control. Give the Lord a hand clap of praise for the Lord. There may be someone here who do not know Jesus and would like to know him. That same man that died on the cross for you and me. We offer Christ to you. This is the time to have a relationship with Jesus. If you're here, you don't have a relationship and you want a relationship, this is your time. Come right now.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Well, maybe you're here and you do have a relationship, but you do not have a place to worship. We offer you to come join this family.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
We see there is none, but yet there is room. Come on, give God a hand clap of praise.